Taylor Swift is calling out Donald Trump directly for his efforts to sabotage the United States Postal Service, the USPS, and because of that, his effort to sabotage the 2020 election. Earlier today on Twitter, she said the following. She said, Trump's calculated dismantling of USPS proves one thing clearly. He is well aware that we do not want him as our president. He's chosen to blatantly cheat and put millions of Americans' lives at risk in an effort to hold on to power. Donald Trump's ineffective leadership gravely worsened the crisis that we are in, and he is now taking advantage of it to subvert and destroy our rights to vote and vote safely. Request a ballot early, vote early. Taylor Swift is 100% right. She has, brought herself into this moment using her gargantuan profile as an international music, icon to raise awareness of this issue. And as I talk about this, she's approaching 500,000 likes on this tweet. That has immense reach, including to people that aren't necessarily directly plugged into politics, especially the day-to-day politics surrounding the post office. Don't discount how important Taylor Swift's voice is here. I often have people tell me, even some of my more regular viewers, why do you cover celebrities weighing in on politics? Why does it matter what some celebrity thinks? Well, when you have somebody with the profile of Taylor Swift, especially in how she has a profile disproportionately followed by young people who are often disenchanted and disengaged with politics, you start to see why her voice matters. Why somebody who rarely weighs into politics, she often speaks very, very, generally about things. She's not a super political person. When she does choose to weigh in on an issue, whether it's LGBTQ rights or now whether it's voting rights, I think people listen because it's obviously very serious. And she is right. What Donald Trump is doing, and we've been talking about it on the channel, what Louis DeJoy, the postmaster, is doing, is they're weakening the Postal Service to both privatize it so that billionaire corporations and all their shareholders and people connected to Trump and the Trump family can enrich themselves, but also to basically rig the election because they know that if every American that wants to vote gets to vote, they're going to lose. If there's no voter suppression, Trump will lose. And what we've seen from the data so far is that if people, have to vote by mail, they're more likely to vote Democrat. People going in person, more likely to vote Republican. So what Donald Trump is doing, and mind you, Donald Trump has requested himself a mail-in ballot. He's not going to wait in line with the regular people. He wants to vote by mail, but he knows his supporters are more likely to vote in person, so he wants to make it difficult, if not impossible, to vote by mail. And we talked about it also yesterday. There's a potential delay so severe in 46 states that getting your ballot in doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get counted, because the delay would be so long, the ballot would get there after the counting period had ended, meaning millions of people that will disproportionately be voters against Trump won't have their vote counted because the Postal Service is being tampered with. This is a very important moment in American political history. I'm not being hyperbolic. The fact of the matter is, if Donald Trump gets away with tampering with the post office to tamper with the election, there's no telling how far this could sink. This really is one of those moments where the United States could go in a very dangerous direction that could last decades, if not generations. I'm not over-exaggerating here. This is one of those really, really watershed moments where the country could go in a democratic direction or in an undemocratic direction. And defeating Donald Trump and taking back the post office from him is one of those things that has to be done. People are uniting from all walks of life. You saw Bernie Sanders today call for the postmaster to resign, call for Louis DeJoy to resign. And now you have people like Taylor Swift, internationally renowned recording artists, call out Trump and the USPS leadership for their sabotage. And what you're seeing all over the United States, including in front of the homes of the postmaster, you're going to be seeing protests tomorrow at his home again. You're seeing protests all over the country, not just about all the issues that we've been currently protesting, but about protecting the post office from sabotage. This is a gut check for democracy in the United States. Everyone needs to have their hands on deck here. All hands on deck. Whether you're an artist, you're a politician, you're an activist, or you're a regular person. If Donald Trump can corrupt the post office, American democracy as we know it may die. Choose wisely and get on board with the protests.